Live. Hey there, Soulshine. I'm Michelle, and I'm inviting you to wake up and live. And in case you haven't noticed, I changed my channel name. Took me a bit to figure out one that I would like that would be shorter because there was a suggestion that my last was too long. So I did that. If you're new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Yeah. So, to note rainbows. Rainbows are one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, and you can actually use a rainbow to help you heal. Now, I've been doing this for a little while, listening to a meditation, and I was struggling with it, and I couldn't figure out why. Until I did it one night on my own, and I realized I did it in the opposite direction of her, and that was why I was struggling. So what it is you imagine like beams of light coming into you. Now, she was doing it coming down from above. I felt like when I did it on my own, it was like I was seeing a scan. It would be like a scientific thing, like you have like this laser thing that it just goes, and it's just that little beam that's like wide enough to go across my body, and it just comes across. And I had that going from my feet, just going all the way up. Hi, Clifford. Nice to have you here, Cliff. So moving up across me, and that's how I did it. Okay, so you imagine a beam of light, whether it be this, like what I'm doing, or this big tube of light coming down or coming up, but you go through the rainbow colors. And the idea is that your body and your energy will take every little bit of the color that it needs where it needs it. So if you go through with red, then you may have places that absorb the red, and you may have places that don't need red, so it'll just keep going by. And then you go through with orange, and then yellow, and green, and then blue, and then violet. And you can do indigo if you want. You can do white light. You can do pink light. Pink is actually a really good one to use. Gold light and silver light, those are all really good as well. Different light, have different vibrations, and just like we vibrate at different vibrations, and sometimes we need different vibrations. Another thing, hi Drew, nice to see you here too. It's like I had this chat thing come up, and a message from my daughter come up at the same time. That was weird. Okay. She's on Messenger. Anyway, so you imagine the different colors coming up, because your body will need different vibrations at different times. And it could be your physical body needs it, your emotional body, your mental body, maybe your chakras need it. So you can just imagine all this light coming into you. And when I've done this for myself, as I started doing it on my own, I actually found that some of the lack of energy that I've had lately has been resolved. It's been really interesting. Another thing you can do is, if you have a place that's painful, or if you're paying attention to your chakras, or not even necessarily painful, but if you just feel like things are kind of sluggish or whatever, you can kind of ask yourself, not everybody's good at doing this, but ask yourself what color you need, and then imagine that light in. So I had some pain in my lower back, and I did this, and I had this idea that I needed blue light in there, and so I imagined blue light coming in to that area, and I started feeling better. And so I'm not sure, like if you go by the chakras, the blue light is with expression and voicing things, so maybe I needed to give a little vibration of expression to that paint. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that it does. And I know that the first time I ever had some, maybe this is why for me I feel like I need to do it from the feet up, is because the first time I did it, it was from the feet up. I'm not sure. I just remember the first time, let's see, my son was like 3, so I would have been like 21, 22 years old the first time I did it. And yeah, that was way back before I learned anything about energy, anything about chakras really. Like did I even know they existed then? I'm not sure. I may have. I knew auras existed. So part of what I think happens when we bring in different colors, if you have some stuck energy that's vibrating on one level, I kind of feel like maybe it works like contrasting colors. Like you have red and green are contrasting colors. They would they be? They wouldn't be really opposite. They're kind of opposites on a color wheel, which is why they contrast. And so maybe that's what it is. Maybe you have too much of one vibration, so you bring in the color that contrasts in. I'm not sure. I just do it intuitively. Maybe I should be a little more clear in my video, but I'm sorry. So if you my suggestion is, if you don't know, if you can't tune into the color, then imagine all of the colors and go through the whole rainbow. And if you have a hard time imagining things, if you're not very visual, that's okay. A lot of people think it's a problem, but just even saying, I'm filling every cell of my body with red light. You may not be able to see it, but it's happening. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And you can bring in different vibrations. Or you can say, oh, hello. That's funny. That was like a super delayed little notification. That's funny. Okay. So you can bring in everything is, or you can be saying, I'm filling my whole being with red light according to my needs. You can then say, I'm filling my whole being with orange light. So even if you can't see it with your mind's eye or with your physical eyes, you can say it, and it still happens. Okay, another thing that I want to mention about colors and filling your spaces and everything with the rainbow colors. Different colors have with the different vibrations of different colors, you can actually even like fill your bed. Decide the color, just whatever comes to mind. What color comes to mind that you feel like would help you sleep well? Hello, only in Vietnam. Hello, person who is only in Vietnam. Nice to see you here. So you can feel like, you can think about, okay, what color would support me in getting the sleep that I need? Probably a calming color, but whatever color comes to mind, and you can fill your bed with it. Now, I know that sounds really crazy, but I'm going to share a little story about something that happened. It wasn't specifically with colors, but it was the idea of filling something with energy. When I had my youngest son, we were at the hospital, and we put my son in the carrier so he could come home, the car seat. And he just started screaming. And I had been playing around with energy at the time. And so we picked him up, and I just set the intention. I kind of rubbed my hand over the car seat, and I had the intention that I was going to put my essence in the car seat, so that while he was sitting in the car seat, he would feel like I was holding him. And interestingly enough, we put him back in the car seat and he was totally fine. There was no crying. He was totally fine. And I know it's because he could then sense my energy there and therefore he felt safe. I think a lot of times if we could do that kind of thing for ourselves and with babies, babies really respond to energy. I had a daughter, went to, when she was like 3 or 4 months old. She was really little. She was old enough that she could do things with her hands. So she may have been a little bit more than 3 or 4 months. I'm not sure. But we went to this crystal place. It was a brand new, and they were having this big open house thing. And there were tons of people in with crystals. There were tons of people doing things with energy. In fact, those of us that are sensitive to energy were actually having a hard time in this space because there was so much energy going on. And my daughter was just playing with it. She was having so much fun just playing with the energy. And and I think that's something that if you watch little kids, they'll do that kind of thing. It's kind of fun. So if your children are having problems sleeping, you can ask them what color they need to sleep. And then you can have them, because they're very, very good with their imagination, you can have them to imagine that their bed is filled with the color they need. So fill your body with the colors of the rainbow. Decide what colors you need in your home. I'm definitely going to be doing that. As it's almost, like almost 11 o'clock my time? Or it is 11 o'clock, or it's after 11 o'clock. Somewhere around 11 o'clock my time. And so I'm going to be going to bed as soon as I'm getting off this live video. And along with filling my bed with a color, whatever color, I feel like I need blue in my bed. So I'll fill my bed with blue. When I go to bed, I will do the whole rainbow. Imagine it going through me. And I will also set an intention before I go to sleep that something that I'm struggling with will be resolved. So I will basically, I personally do it with prayer, but you can do it with affirmations. You can just say that while I am sleeping, this issue or this challenge or this whatever, however you want to word it, while I am sleeping, this will be resolved. Ow. There's better wording for it, but basically, if you set that intention that while you're asleep, this will be healed, you will wake up in the morning and it will either be healed or you'll know exactly what to do. And I know that it works, not just for me, but for a lot of other people. And so, anyway, that's just what I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm actually probably going to set an intention that my videos are more inspiring. I don't feel like I'm sharing my message the way that I want to in my videos. And so that's what I'm going to set for tonight, is that my videos become what I want them to be. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody who has showed up live for me tonight. That was really awesome of you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Probably going to get on earlier in the morning. At least I hope I'm getting on earlier in the morning. That's my plan. Remember to let your soul shine big, bright, live, and beautiful, to be you, to share your message with the world, and I will see you guys tomorrow.